Good evening and welcome to FTD English News Edition, The Highlands. Visit of the Foreign Minister to the United Arab Emirates. End of medical surgical caravan.
Those are the top stories, and thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The National Assembly President, the Honorable Muhammad Ali Hamad, and his delegation accompanied by the Ambassador of Djibouti in Moscow, Dr. Muhammad Ali Kamil, closed the bilateral meetings in Baku with an interview of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Mr. Edmar. The latter was very pleased with the relations between the two nations and intends to visit Djibouti very soon, after the invitation of his Djiboutian counterpart Mahmoud Ali Yusuf. The President of Parliament warmly thanked Azerbaijan through the Minister for Humanitarian Aid sent to Djibouti and pointed out that parliamentary diplomacy must be complementary to the traditional diplomatic relations maintained by the two countries.
The Foreign Affairs Minister and International Cooperation spokesman of the Government Minister Mahmoud Ali Yusuf had met his Emirates counterpart, His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, in the framework of a visit. During this meeting, the two sides reviewed many issues of the common interest. The interview focused mainly on the Djibouti National Investment Plan, for which the UAE is contributing with the other countries of the Gulf Cooperation Council and the Revival of Military Cooperation. On the holding of the Chaine Ministerial Committee, discussions also focus on the political and security situation in the Arab world as well as in the Horn of Africa region. At the end of their meeting, the two ministers signed an agreement on economic and technical cooperation between the two sisters countries. This ceremony took place in the presence of the Ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti in Abu Dhabi, CM Osman Musa Darar, and the head of the Arab Department in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Mahmoud Douale Waliye, as well as numerous advisors to the Emirates Minister of Foreign Affairs.
And now direction to Arta, where the medical surgery caravan of the 5 regions of the interior has ended its tour today. Let's watch this reportage for more details.
Launched in November 2016 in the region of Al Sabih, the medical surgical caravan traveled around the country, passing through all the regions to finish in Arta. Yesterday, therefore, an important closing ceremony of the work has been held in the region to celebrate the event. A highly important ministerial delegation led by the Ministry of Health, Dr. Jamal Al-Maukiye, and the representative of the United Nations Organization, UNICEF, the World Health Organization, and the International Organization for Migrants, all partners with the Ministry of Health, but also diplomats joined this occasion to mark the event. The delegation was welcomed by the regional authorities such as the region's prefect, Mr. Abdullah Darar Okiye, the president of the regional council, Mr. Ulmi Buhgudade, the parliamentarians of the region, the local elected representative, the elders, and above all, a cheering crowd massed along the routes to the regional hospital of Arta, the site of the ceremony. The inhabitants of this region showed a particular enthusiasm to welcome this important government delegation, which was acclaimed throughout this journey. not only from the chieftain but also from all the localities that makes up this region. People came to show their gratitude and satisfaction to the President of the Republic initiative and his government member. This unprecedented praiseworthy action aimed at bringing health specialists closer to the people living in remote areas has in fact sparked a strong feeling among the inhabitants of this region with regard to their homeland and their rulers, as first of all the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, for whom the well-being of his compatriots, wherever they are, is highly significant and symbolic. All its different units of the health ministry who worked to death in order to respond to this initiative, which was highly important to the head of state. These teams, which carried out prowess, including surgical operation, were present alongside their patient to welcome the government delegation, joined the popular fervor to express their satisfaction of the duty accomplished.
Initiating the series of interventions, the President of the Regional Council of Arta Ilmi Bouh Goudadi and the Prefect of the region Abdullahi Oukiya Darar have thanked the Minister of Health for this noble initiative. They also commended the staff of the health who have worked hard for 10 days in consulting, diagnosing and operating some 21,000 patients throughout the region of Arta. This comes in the framework of the policy to improve the accessibility of the service of care put in place by the President of the Republic in favor of the rural population, said the Prefect. Moreover, a significant number of medical devices as well as the logistical means have been delivered to the hospital of Arta to strengthen the health service.
And thereafter, several speeches have followed those of officials and personalities present, including the MP for the region of Arta, Jibril Abdullahi, of the Secretary of State for Social Affairs, Munos Manaden, of the Minister of the Interior, Hassan Omar Mohammed, and the Minister of Energy, Yunus Ali Gedi. All have admired the remarkable work done by the teams of the Ministry of Health. In a distinct synergic way, they said that we have a system of social protection and of the population of Djibouti, which the first component is the health.
And for its part, the Minister of Health, Dr. Jamil Moukier, recalled that one of the main objectives of this caravan was to bring health care to the population living in the most remote areas of the country. The Minister of Health has set as a priority the care of proximity. As you know, he said at the level of the capital, the hospital have been strengthened, but for the region, he said they have benefited from a specialized medicine where more than 20 to 30 specialists have been moved to treat the populations. He did not miss to thank his colleagues of the government's members with their collaboration and their support, whether with the security or materials.
After the speeches, the delegation led by the minister accompanied the local authorities, provided medicine and food to the most needy families living in the region, and were 4 vehicles, 2 ambulances, and a mobile unit, as well as a vehicle for spraying against flies and mosquitoes. Tons of medicine have been delivered to the people of the region. In total, 2,000 bags of rice, 2,000 bags of flour, 500 boxes of dates, and 500 boxes containing oil cans and nutritional product for children aged 0 to 5 were handed over to the region.
Subsequently, the Minister of Health and the accompanying ministerial delegations visited the various premises of the regional hospital, in particular the operating theater, which was equipped with the latest technology. During the visit of the various services of this hospital, where several specialties are carried out, the ministerial delegation received the necessary explanations from the director of the region, Dr. Halim Arabhami, concerning the functioning and the treatment of the patients in this hospital. Several services were visited, including ophthalmology, orthopedic, urology, pediatric, laboratory analysis, and finally the operating room.
And to close up this important day, members of the government and the authorities of the region held meetings with the people of the region. The meeting with women, notables, religious and customary leaders with the participation of youth was held in the premises of the school of the Hotel of Arta. The ministers promised to answer their questions by asking the competent authorities. The members of the government assured the inhabitants of Arta of their vital importance for the development of the region. Women's grievances were also gathered. The ministry assured them by promising that the government will take the necessary steps to improve their living conditions.
Taking the floor in the turn, the Minister of Health, Dr. Jamel Moukiye, has from the outside thanked the population of Arta for the homage that she paid to the delegation that accompanied it. Referring to the health issues of the community, the Minister has indicated that the establishment of this caravan responded to the concern of the leader of the state to each citizen health of specialized proximity, and for that, as Minister of Health, it must cover the extent of the territory and to ensure the each of the Djibouti to be consulted in order to benefit from all the specialized only means health, society and purity.
Other news of this edition, the Conference on Higher Education Policy and Research. This conference, which started 2 days ago at the Hotel Campiski, has come to an end yesterday. This high-level conference brought together different heads of ministries of education from 5 countries in East Africa and the Indian Ocean. A high-level conference bringing together ministers of education and as well members of UNESCO, namely Uganda, Comoros, Somalia, Senegal and South Sudan, representatives of social science, research, youth and civil society. The primary objective of this conference were to discuss about the possibility of introducing reforms in order to promote higher education research programs to better integrate into the socio-economic and environmental development. Let us recall that this conference opens under the leadership of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margeli, who has always placed teaching and research at the center of his agenda.
In an interview, and the Minister of Higher Education has thanked all the guests who came to study certain conditions in Djibouti. For our part, he said we would like to learn from them about similar conditions prevailing in their country, so our exchange of thought will be beneficial.
The opening of the work of the 51st Ordinary Session of ACNOI Executive Committee began this Friday at the Hotel Kempinski. After the word of welcome from the chair of the CNOSD and member of the IOC, Ms. Aisha Garat Ali, wishing the smooth functioning of the work, and followed by the speech of President of the ANCO, Lassana Palenfo, who thanked in its name and the name of the 15 members of the Executive Committee of the warm and fraternal welcome to them has been reserved. The chairman has made that it's not the size of NOAC that is important, but the effectiveness in the project put in place on Olympism, on the social, which deals interest to come today to Djibouti, and this session is the last of the 2013-2016 quadrennial.
The Secretary of State for Youth and Sports, Hassan Mohammed Kamil, has begun its intervention by thanking all the participants for having kindly made the move up to Djibouti. That, moreover, he was honored to take part in this meeting of the Executive Committee, not only as the first responsible for the sport, but also as a sport and lovers of the Ronpal. It has continued with the emphasis on the legendary hospitality of the country, which is a land exchange and the meeting. Finally, he welcomed the participants and spent an excellent stay period to wish them a good conduct for the work.
And to wrap up this edition with the sport complex of King Fahd in Belbela hosted last night the final of tournament interclasses of Islamic schools. The kickoff was given by the Secretary General and Director of the Imam Mohammed bin Saud University of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This tournament was organized by the Islamic Institute in Djibouti in close collaboration with the State Secretary of Youth and Sports. The final match was between the diploma section and the secondary training. It was attended by Charge d'Affaires of the Saudi MPC, Mr. Jamil bin Abdurrahman Shisha, the Secretary General of Youth, Mohammed Ahmed Farah, and the Director of the Islamic Institute of Shaghat bin Sulaiman al-Himdi. Other officials. This tournament of the first edition took place for 3 months between different classes of the Islamic Institute. According to the director, this tournament aims to strengthen the annual sports activities, and the team of the diploma section won by 1-0. Sport Director Abshir Ali Hassan congratulated the smooth running of this cup for the first time in Djibouti. That's it for tonight's news. Thanks for joining us in RTD and have a good night.